Okay, everyone, and welcome to the Packet 3 preview. We'll go through this very quickly. Here we will not get all of the answers. I'm just going to kind of show you the work that is in the packet and give you some time to work on it before our live class. And as a reminder, our live class meets at 2 o'clock on Thursdays. I send you the link or the phone number, and there is also a website that you can go to access the meets. So our first words here for our rhyming activity are cry and cries. We're going to work on this changing the Y to an I in lesson 17 and making sense of decoding. So again, we want to do all of the words that would rhyme with cry. So you might put a BL there, that'd be bly, or CH is chai, or CL is cly. Well, none of those are real words, right? But what about DR? DR is dry, so cry and dry, cry, dry, those rhyme, right? So you want to go through all of your different options and put them with the Y and think of all the different words you can make, which we'll share in class together. The other side of this has cries, and you'll find that many of the words that work over here with cry will work over here with the IES ending. So DR is dries, and FL, what is that, right? Or what about a SP? What about a T, right? What about H? Does H work? I don't know. That one's tricky. That one's very tricky. Right? So for your own rhyming practice, go through all of the different options, put them with the Y, and say to yourself, is that a real word? Is that a real word, and does it rhyme with cry? Or if you do it on this side, does it rhyme with cries? All right, so we're just going to talk about this. We've talked about this in class before. When we're doing our words here, figuring out the words in our decoding, we want to be flexible. And we always say, there are like 10 major vowel sounds. So there's short A and long A, and short E and long E, and short I and long I. There's A, E, I, O, and U, right? But really, there's another vowel sound, and it's the like a sound. And we say this in English all the time, so many of our vowels can make that sound. So when we are looking at these words, keep that in mind. You might get one of those sounds here, right? So this first word, I've counted up the letters for you, and the consonants and the vowels, and it's the syllables. But what is that word? Well, as we know, we're supposed to first mark our vowels so that we can focus on those, because we want to divide our consonants up amongst our vowels. So you have an R between the E and the Y, and you have to say, well, would it be does that R go with the E, or does the R go with the Y? We want to be flexible and try it both ways, right? Let's put it with the Y. Let's say this is B, maybe? B, real. Well, there's two L's. There's two L's between the Y and the I. We know we always split double consonants, so now I have B, real. Oh, I had this last week. I think I remember this. IUM, right? That's a common scientific ending. It has two syllables. Right? And we usually put it with our first consonant. So we have be real I don't know. I heard of something called a beryllium. That E's making a sound, right? And that's our flexibility we have to talk about. This word here, beryllium. It's that E should make a long E sound because it's an open syllable, right? And this word, based on the roots, it doesn't, right? It's beryllium. All right. the next one, and I gave you some clues. If you look at the bottom of your screen, I kind of give you some clues to break them out. Same deal. We want to mark our vowels. Okay, and then see I have an R and a K between these two E's, so I should just split it up. Put the R to the beginning and the K to the middle, right? And I know this is almost always separated, and here it is. So I could have Berkeleum, like Berkeley. They must have found that at that university. All right, after we've looked at the words, you take the word and you write it down at the bottom all spread out into syllables, right? Help you on your spelling and just looking at our structure of spelling. All right, I'm not going to tell you these two words, but I will put up our markings. All right, we had two P's here, so we obviously split those, one to the first syllable, one to the second syllable, right? Here, this one was a little trickier. You might recognize this word there. All right. We'll talk about that during the meeting. You'll tell us what that is. All right. The next part that's in the packet is just our visual spelling. So you have all these words down here, and you will just spell them as best as you're able. There's easy ones like fish, and there's harder ones like kidney or knife. French. That's supposed to be a Ferrari, that picture of the car there. All right. So you'll look at all of that and you'll spell the words, and we'll talk about those in the meeting. And then in here we also have a story about Kim Jong-il, and there is a reading and there are some questions. If you click on this video, it will take you to the website, which will read it to you if you need that. Then we have an image, an infographic of North Korea and South Korea, and a bunch of different questions that go along with that. And then we have a recipe for smashed turnips, right? So you have to read the recipe and answer the questions. We'll make separate videos that go over all of the answers and break down these math and reading components. In your quizzes, these are all on the website. So you can do these questions on paper, or you can do them in your quizzes. Okay, so that's the last page that's in your packet. I hope to see you all at 2 on Thursdays, and we'll be talking soon. Thanks, y'all. Bye.